Buying a home sight unseen in Arizona can be a daunting task. What do you ask? What do you look for? How does it even work? Hi, my name is Nicole Black, your Arizona Realtor, and I'm going to go over the process of what I would suggest to go through if you're going to buy a home sight unseen in Arizona. Ever since 2020, this has become more of a common practice where in the past it was not. The technology that has evolved this time is making it a lot easier for people to feel more confident in making these decisions. Myself personally, I have been through at minimum 10 sight unseen purchases and not one has fallen through. Um, Very proud of that. So I've been through the process a lot to know what the questions are going to be, what can come up, what to look for. So the first number one thing is you need to write down your wants and your needs of what you are looking for in a home in Arizona. Are you looking as it as a second home, a partial investment home? Is it going to be a place we're going to move to and live? So if that's the case, does that need to look, what do we need to look at? Where's close proximity to work, schools? How good are the schools? How bad are the schools? What about the schools? Walkability to go get coffee in the morning or restaurants or shopping. A lot of people come here for hiking and the beautiful views. So does a home have to have a view? What about a gated community? Golf, I mean, I can go on, obviously, forever on that list. So you have to write that down and know exactly what your needs and your wants are. Two, do you know the area of Arizona where you want to live yet? Or is it more, I just went there for a spring training game or for the Super Bowl and it was 70 degrees in March and it was raining and snowing where I live and I want to be there. Happens more than you can even think that's why a lot of people move here. They come in February, March, and like, oh my gosh, this is amazing because our weather here is spectacular. We have 9 months of beautiful weather and 3 months of what I like to call a winter, where it's I find a copeability with it. So, for example, where you live now currently, it could be -20, it could be raining 300 days out of the year. So, how do you cope? Right. So when we have our 3 months of what I call winter, which are in the summer, how do you cope? And we have misters, pools, air conditioning, and fun things to do. So it's definitely easy. Also, a lot of people in Arizona plan their vacations during that time. So things to think about. So you got to know the area. So how does that search start? Well, once you know your wants and your needs, then it's a lot easier for an agent, a local agent, to help you narrow down the areas because then they can take your list and go, okay, you want a view lot? Well, there's only views in specific communities and areas that you're looking for. If it's of a golf course, well, obviously, there's only so many communities that have a golf course view that could be an option. You want city views. There's only certain parts of Arizona where you can have a grade high enough to not be in the city to have a city view. Where are those? And do they match your other criteria? So you're going to have a good agent give them all the information on what you want and need. And then they can help narrow down specific areas also on price point for that as well for you. So that's how you can start your search, where now they can start sending you homes in different areas. And a good agent, they will take you through either through a Zoom call or if you do come by chance for a week, which I do highly recommend taking. If you don't know Arizona, if you're like, I came to Scottsdale for a spring training game and I want to move here, I really urge you to find a good agent, get educated, know your wants and your needs, and then plan a trip down here to go with the agent and really do a deep dive into these areas, do drive-bys, see if it's really the look and feel that you're looking for, and then you can really narrow down the area and start getting the houses sent to you. If that's not an option, absolutely a Zoom call with the agent, and then as you narrow down, maybe the agent can even do a community tour for you with the video so you can see what the community looks like that you're interested in. So many things that we can do virtually. And there's also Google Maps. There's social media pages for communities now where we can help educate you and get you more informed to make that decision. So once you do, and again, though, I do highly recommend coming down because, oh man, you just even say Scottsdale. Yeah, I got a lot of people. I want to move to Scottsdale. And I'm like, I get it. I live here. I get it. I live in Scottsdale right now. I've lived in other places of the valley, but I do live in Scottsdale and I love it. It is fabulous. place to live. But from South Scottsdale to the tip of North Scottsdale, it is a 180. The houses, the vegetation, the culture, the vibe, what it offers is so different. So Scottsdale is 31 miles long and 11 miles at its widest point. So you even Scottsdale, you got to come down, in my opinion, and check out these areas, or at least get again these tours and narrow it down with your agent. Okay, once you get the area down, now you can start searching for the houses. And you may be able to skip this step. You might know exactly where you want to live. So that's awesome. You're ahead of the game. So once you do find the area that you want to live in, now houses will come up. Let your agent know if there's a house that, oh, I think this matches all the criteria that I have sent you. Can you please go take a look? Your agent will do a preview showing. And what I do is I take my camera and I will video everything, the whole 360 around the front of the home. So make sure you can see what is across the street. Because could that be a big deal breaker for you? It could be. You don't know. What's next door? Do they have trees overgrowing on the roof of the potential property that you want where you could get roof rats? Just things to consider, and you're going to want to see and know, and you think when you look at a house. Then, going to go through the house with the camera. And when they take the video, please ask them, please take it as if I am actually walking through the home where my eyes are going to travel. So when you walk in the front door, scan so they get the perimeter. Make sure that they know to do this for you. Then follow a pattern where you can get a flow of the house. Make sure to have them and ask them to look at the ceiling, the floorboards, the sinks, the oven, the fireplace, all things where there could be potential questions that you could have about the property that you would normally see on your own if you were there. In addition, is the paint color different in different patches of the house? It may not be a big deal at all, or it could be. But these are things you want to ask and be aware so that you feel comfortable moving forward with any home in the area. Okay, and then once the agent goes into the backyard, you're going to want them to, of course, do the whole 360 scan. If there's a pool, you're going to want a video of the pool. Are there any cracks, anything you should be concerned with, calcium buildup? You're going to want to look at the structural wall because usually we have these block fences. See if any of them are faulting, tilting, popped out a little bit, cracked. I personally will hop up and try to see the backyards as much as possible because that also can be a concern. For example, if you're in an HOA, but you back up to a community that's not, there could be potential of a lot of, and I've seen this, I have actually seen this, where it was a yard of a hoarder and there was trash everywhere. Just trash everywhere in the backyard. And that's fine for people to choose how they want to live, no judgment. But my concern and my question would be, could this bring certain animals to the property, rodents to the property that could come onto mine? And again, it doesn't kill the deal. It could, it might not, but these are things to be aware of where if you are not there on the property at that time, how would you know that? You can't see it if they just scan and run it or they just tell you, yeah, it looks great. So you want to be very conscious, almost hyper conscious for your agent to know exactly every little thing because you aren't there to pick up on it. You're going to want them to look at the roof. Is there a water softener? What does the age look like? Because usually you can see an age on the water heater, sometimes also on the AC units. So you're going to want them to investigate all this information for you so you can make a well-informed decision whether or not you want to move forward with this property sight unseen. Also, big one, noise. Yes, there's a lot of time we see pretty houses on the MLS, my clients included, and they send it to me. I'm like, that backs up to our 101 freeway. And they'll say, can you please go and video so I can hear the noise and see if that's something I can live with? So absolutely, have your agent go video and make sure that is a noise level that is acceptable to you. Also to know in Arizona, that we have a 10-day inspection period written into our purchase contract. So as long as it's not adjusted and it stays the same, you have 10 days to have an inspection of that home. You can have general home, pool and spa if there's a pool and spa, If the roof is over 10 years old, we do recommend that you do get an actual professional roofer out there to inspect the home. You can also do that for pool as well. We're going to recommend termite because we do have them out here, but typically they're subterranean termites, not the ones that you experience in like the Pacific Northwest. So they're a little different. And of course, obviously, we can educate you on that further. That's something of concern. Mold and radon and sewer scope. So you have all these options of inspections that you can get done during that 10-day period. And for any reason, you can always get out of the contract if there's something that comes up during those inspections that's uncomfortable to you and you don't want to deal with. Now, also, I really recommend for my clients is once we get under contract, please, if it's possible, please be out here for the inspection. That is, of course, always in your best interest. If it is not possible, we still have your back. So what we can do is an actual FaceTime with the inspectors. So having the inspectors on FaceTime, walking through that report at the end of their inspection with you, and then going throughout the house on FaceTime, pointing out everything they found so that you can ask questions and be absolutely informed. Also, I've done recordings of this as well so that you can have them on a link that you can watch at any time and go back and review while you're looking at that physical report as well. And then from there, you can do additional inspections and we can always expand that inspection time. We can ask for it to get more time so you have to digest this because, again, this is a big purchase and you want to feel completely comfortable moving forward by sight unseen. Now, is buying a home sight unseen the optimal thing that you want to do? No. No one wants and chooses to go, yeah, let me just buy a house that I haven't seen. It's absolutely not the optimal situation, but sometimes it's necessary. And it really did start happening because of COVID. For my work, people got locked down, they couldn't leave, and they had a job transfer and they had to move. So they literally could not see the home till the day that they walked through the property. Another tip before I forget, if you do know any friends or families that do live in the area, please feel free to have that agent, and especially like myself, bring them through the home with you on FaceTime as well so that you can get their eyes on it as well and their opinion. I did that with a couple from Atlanta. They had their mom and their best friend here, and we walked through it multiple times so that they could feel comfortable with the purchase as well. Because again, it's not optimal, but sometimes it's necessary. I hope that these tips, whatever state you do buy in, do help you move forward if you do have to purchase or it's not optimal to be able to be present for seeing every single home that you might want to purchase. Again, even finding a home, maybe not sight unseen, but being out of state and narrowing it down to the one you want to purchase. This is also a great process for that as well. If you have any questions or concerns, always feel free to reach out to us, or you want to see a house sight unseen. We're more than happy to show you or do any community tours or any other videos for you. If you like this video, please like and subscribe because this is what we do. And wherever you are in the world today, I hope you're doing absolutely amazing. And never forget, we're always here for you.